What's up, you guys? So today, Anthony and I are going to go over our new program that we're going to start as soon as possible. It's the ASAP 50. Okay, so the goal of this ASAP 50 is to try to challenge yourself for 50 days straight, working on mindset, getting uncomfortable, and then overall wellness. Okay,
Trying to basically self-growth. Like, this is for yourself, so we're not doing any prizes, we're not doing any you win something, or it's going to be what you get out of it at the end.
Exactly. If you stick to these rules for 50 days, the results that you're gonna get from actually staying on top of this stuff will be the prize that you get at the end of the 50 days.
For sure.
Because this is gonna help you obtain the goals that you're going for, get you a little bit more mentally tough,
Yep.
and which will probably translate to something else you want to accomplish in your life. And it'll.
Well, a great example too is like 90% of people know how to be successful in the gym or how to reach their goals, right? But they just can't do it. They don't have the self-discipline, the perseverance, the grit. Just they're gonna quit. They're not feeling enough confidence in themselves.
Yep.
You know, so this program's gonna help all that stuff. I feel like that's the biggest thing that we help people with in the gym, and also radiates out to their life, in their family and their job and their career. But say for example, another good example would be like outside the gym. Maybe you want to be a doctor, right? And you just don't think you can go through the schooling of it, or you don't have enough discipline to be a good student, or you don't think you can do something. Like, if you could really do that and accomplish that task or that goal, like what would being a doctor change in your life? Probably a lot of things, right? It would change your whole career, what you do, how much money you make, how you feel about yourself. Rather than when things get hard or things pop up that makes the challenge harder, rather than quitting, you have enough perseverance and you're relentless enough to just push through it. Now, if you can just do that with anything you want in life, like, you can get so much farther, you can be so much more successful. I think me and Tyler, making it to the games, I don't think we're better athletes than half the people there. I think we just work harder, we don't quit, and when things get hard, like we continually always get out of our comfort zone and try to get better on it.
I think a lot of it too is confidence, and that takes time, effort, and
You gotta
being
earn it,
consistent.
right?
You gotta earn it for sure. So like, we went through the ringer. We taught ourselves how to compete and do all the movements that we do in CrossFit. We spent years trying to get to the point that we got to in 2017. It wasn't just something that like, all right, let's start, and it took a year, 2 years. It took us a lot of effort, which helped us build confidence in ourselves and our ability to understand how to attack workouts, how we should train to make sure that we're getting the best results possible. And that just came from days and days and days of just being consistent, putting in the work. And
When you don't want to, when you have a bunch of excuses not to,
Yeah.
when things are gonna come up in life, no matter what. So what are you gonna do when those things come up?
It's either you give in to the reason not to do it, or you just step up and fight through that adversity and do the tasks that you need to be doing.
Yep.
Okay, so this is going to help us get us to the point that we could accomplish any task that we have and we should be trying to accomplish to get us to the goals that we're going for. Because the biggest thing I feel like is small victories will get you to a bigger victory. So like winning the morning. So like that's some of the things that we have for you guys to do in the ASAP 50 is being able to wake up right when you're out of bed and get started on your day, okay? Rather than procrastinating and thinking about things that you don't want to be doing the rest of the day and just kind of be negative when you first wake up. But being able to win that morning by, for example, our first.
We want to go into it?
Yeah, let's go ahead and start going over the tasks that we have. So we have 3 different
Categories?
tiers, categories. So we have a mindset one, getting uncomfortable, and then wellness. Okay, so mindset, it's gonna be something for you guys when you first wake up in the morning. You should always write down 3 goals that you want to accomplish. Could be long-term goals, short-term goals, just 3 things that you're gonna be doing for that day. It's something that you want to improve and eventually get to the point of accomplishing.
Now, do you want this to be longer goals, Tyler, or you want it to be daily things that you could do that day? Like, do you want something like maybe you're working on towards that week, maybe one that way? Maybe
I would
all
honestly
3?
like, and these are just minimum 2. So you could do 3, more than 3 if you like. Maybe start out by doing 3 daily goals that you want to accomplish and 3 long-term goals you want to accomplish.
So maybe at the end of the 50 days, they want to accomplish something too. But
Yeah.
why is it important to write it down every morning?
Because it's easy to forget your goals, or if you don't write them down or constantly have them on your mind, when you have the choice of doing things that will help get you to your goal, it's easier to forget, kind of procrastinate, and not do them.
Yeah.
So if it's constantly on your mind, something you always think about, first thing you wake up in the morning that you think about your goals, you're just more likely to accomplish and make the right decisions to get you to those goals.
I feel like it's more real too when you write it down. Because you're like writing it down on paper and you're like, all right, I need to do this now, rather than just think of it in your head. Just think about so much stuff, it's like in and out, but you like write it down, put it in there. You see the notebook a couple times a day, or like, especially with the nutrition, you're writing that down. So you're gonna see your goals constantly throughout the day. It's gonna remind you, oh, am I doing something that is gonna help me go to my goal right now? Oh, probably not. I need to be doing this. I need to be doing this. So it'll constantly remind you.
Plus, like, I feel like a lot of people don't have specific goals that they're working for. So rather than having something that they're trying to accomplish, they kind of just go through the day, kind of not get out of their comfort
Or
zone.
maybe they don't even have goals.
Exactly, they don't have anything to shoot for. So it kind of makes you feel like you're not accomplishing anything just because you don't put
Floating
yourself
around a
out
little
there.
bit, just floating around.
Yeah, and it might be for the fact that it's just easier not to have goals, just because you don't let yourself down. But the bad thing about that, you're gonna stay the same. You're always gonna be where you're at right now. You could be really happy and great, or you could be depressed. But you're just always gonna be in that mindset.
Yeah.
So the next thing we want to write down is one thing you're grateful for. So it's easy to wake up in the morning and think about all the bad things you're gonna have to do throughout that day, all
And
the
how's it
negative
set you up
things.
for that whole day, right?
Yep.
Right off the bat, you're already lost right then, right?
Yep.
Bad attitude, it's gonna be harder to get out of that attitude or out of that mindset rather than start happy. And it's gonna be easier to stay in that mindset.
Yeah. So writing down that one thing that you're grateful for will get you into that positive mindset of thinking like, all right, my life's not that bad. It's I get to do what I want. I get to have a job or work.
It's all about perspective, honestly.
Exactly,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, there's always someone worse than you, and there's always someone that has, going through a worse time than you. So when you put it in perspective like that, you let the little stuff kind of go by to the side,
Mhm.
and you see what's really important in your life.
Yeah, and we've all had those mornings where we woke up and we're excited about the things we're gonna be doing that day, and we're thinking about the good things.
Yeah.
And that day just seems to be so much better. It flies by faster. It's not as much of a drag than those days where you wake up. It's like, oh, I'm so tired. I got to work 10 hours today. I still got to work out too.
It's
And
like,
thinking
yeah,
about
well, at least I have a job.
exactly thinking
least-
of them in a negative way, it's gonna just put a damper on the rest of the day. So.
For sure.
So that was definitely one of them we wanted to put in. 10 things you're grateful. One thing you're grateful for. That leads into the next one. We want to try to personal growth, get
Smarter,
continue
more
learning.
educated.
Yeah, more educated. Continue learning. So read 10 pages of a book a day. This probably should be a book that you want to continue your learning on whatever you're trying to accomplish. Could be a part of your goal. Just could be something that interests you and maybe in the future you want to get more into. But 10 pages.
Nonfiction.
Yeah, nonfiction, 10 pages.
Also write notes on it.
Yeah,
What's important? What did you get out of those 10 pages? Write it down in your notebook so you'll be able to look back on it. Also, I feel like when you write it down, it helps you remember it a lot. Sometimes I'll read 10 pages and be like, oh, I don't know, what was that? So
exactly.
it helps you remember a little bit more.
Yeah. Do you have a specific reason why 10 pages and not like more or less?
'Cause I feel like it's very doable. It's not, it's not gonna take an hour. Also, I feel like you'd really soak it in. 10 pages, like, all right, let's really concentrate on this. And
Yeah.
then, especially for me, I have like ADD, so it's like,
Yeah. The basic thing I think for the 10 pages is, like I said, it's 10 pages is not going to take you a long time. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on how fast
being
you read.
consistent.
Yeah, that's the thing that we're going for. Just consistently reading every single day is a huge factor in continue learning and kind of just getting out of your comfort zone, because a lot of us don't do that daily, but it's very important for us to kind of just sit down and relax for those 15 minutes and just focus on one thing and not have our phones or chaotic things going around us, or like
Just losing focus, basically.
yeah, having those 15 minutes of focus, reading a book, and continuing learning will help set us up for success in the future. I did the math. If you do 10 pages a day, average like 300 pages a book, you're gonna read about 12 books a year or 13 books a year.
Yeah.
Which is, when's the last time you read 13 books? Probably not very common to have someone read that often a year, even though it should be something that should be a lot more common.
Yep. Next
Last-
thing,
oh,
no,
yeah.
no snooze button. So right when you wake up, you hit the snooze button. You already gave up on the day. You already want more sleep. You're not ready to go at it. So no snooze button throughout the 50 days. Okay. You should be excited to get up. Hey, I'm ready to write down my goals. I'm ready to get. Well, we'll get into that part next, but ready to get the day going, basically.
Yeah, if you're already hitting snooze minute one and waking
Yeah.
up, you're setting yourself up to give in to whatever temptations you have throughout the day to not accomplish the goals that you're going for. You're just thinking about the negatives, like, oh, I'm so tired, or I don't want to wake up. I want 5 more minutes just
Yeah,
so I
exactly.
could, just not think about the day yet. You're not ready.
Well, first thing you think about, I'm tired.
Yeah.
And you don't want to get up. Like, you're already setting bad.
If you think about it, an extra 5 minutes, 10
It's not gonna
minutes,
do anything.
it's not going to do anything.
15
You're
minutes is not
gonna
going to
be
do
less
anything.
tired.
It's not going to do anything.
Yeah, it's just
Yes.
the mindset of it. So I think just like anything with training or eating healthy, this is going to be hard in the beginning. Like this is going to be.
It's not going to
something-
take a lot of time, and technically these things aren't hard to do right by themselves.
Yeah.
But it's going to be hard to do it for 50 days every single day and be consistent on it.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to do them one day.
Yeah.
And maybe this is really easy for you, but this is really hard, or vice versa. And you're not going to want to do one. So,
Yeah. Well, let's say you have to wake up for work by 7 o'clock.
yeah.
So
or
to
5
do-
o'clock. Let's say 5 o'clock.
So to do some of the stuff that we have written up here, it might be an extra 45 minutes to your morning. So rather than
Blow it off.
Yeah, blow it off. Just because let's say you got to bed late, so you went to bed at 12, but usually go to bed at 10.
Yep.
Rather than like, all right, I got 2 hours less to sleep. I'm just gonna sleep in for the extra 45 minutes to make it easier on myself and hopefully feel better for the next day. No, you should take that initiative and responsibility of going to bed 2 hours late. And I don't want to say punish, but like,
Well, it is what
challenge
it is. There's
yourself.
consequences to everything, right?
yeah, consequences of going to bed late is you're gonna wake up 45 minutes early still and get this stuff done, just so that the next night you're not gonna make that same mistake to be.
But the same thing, guys. Like, say you're, like I said, you're trying to be a doctor and you have a test coming up, and something came up, a death in the family, something you got sick. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna persevere and get it done, or are you gonna rationalize it and say you can't do it and be like, oh, I'm tired today, I can't do it?
Yeah.
You're gonna be successful or you're not. So these are things that's gonna help you.
The way you get stronger at that is by doing small things like this, small victories. So even when you go to bed late, no excuse. You're gonna wake up early.
I bet that night you'll go to bed a little earlier.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know.
Getting into the. So the next thing that we got is get uncomfortable. Okay, so this is one that doesn't really. Is there any benefits to it other than just getting uncomfortable?
Yeah, because when you're uncomfortable, you're getting better, you're growing.
Yeah.
When you're staying comfortable, you're not getting any better, you're not making any progress, you're not doing new things, you're not doing things you don't want to do. And the things you don't want to do is probably the things you need to do to get better or to reach your goals.
What about this one specifically though?
Cold shower, it sucks. I don't like the cold. That's probably the worst one that I'm not really happy about. But 5-minute cold shower. Cold shower means something where the water's cold enough where you can't breathe really. Okay, so you're like, okay.
Yeah, 5 minutes straight.
A little trick with that, try to breathe through your nose. I think that was better. That's been working a little better.
Is there anything
But-
specific to why you want to do a cold shower?
I mean, I don't know, do you have a specific?
Other than just being
It's hard,
uncomfortable.
it sucks.
It's hard, yeah.
It only takes 5 minutes. I don't know if it helps with recovery that much. I don't think it does really. Some people think it does. I'm not really sold on it, but just getting uncomfortable, being uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly,
It's
it's
something
5
you-
minutes. It sucks. You don't want to do it, but when you think about it, it's like, oh, it's only 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it just comes down to either are you strong enough to put yourself through that or
Yeah.
not. So it's just more about the challenge of it rather than the actual. We're
Maybe
trying
if
to
you're
get uncomfortable.
maybe like actually I was thinking about too like I'm doing another triathlon. It's gonna be in cold water, so getting used to being in cold water.
Yeah.
That could be one thing that helps. But like other than that, I know a lot of people probably aren't doing that.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
that's one thing.
So the next one will be 15 minutes of recovery. So just something that will help us recover from the workout that we had the day before. It could be stretching, could be soft tissue work, could be massage from, or you can go acupuncture, dry needling, something that's just gonna help you recover from the day before.
What about sauna?
Sauna would be a good one. Yeah.
Ray gun.
Theragun.
Does that count?
Yeah, for sure. But it's gotta be 15 minutes of it, and the goal of this is just kind of. We all know it's something that we should be doing, and
It sucks. I don't want to do it. Like stretching. Did you say stretching?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't
And-
like stretching. I won't do it.
Yeah,
a lot.
just
So
because you uncomfortable doing it. It doesn't feel great as you're doing it. Plus, there's no instant gratification of stretching. It's gonna be something that's gonna eventually get you.
but
feeling a lot
consistently
better.
doing it every
Yeah.
day, it's gonna help
Exactly.
a lot, right?
Yeah, so spending those 15 minutes a day is very important and something that we don't do.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a big one that we want to try to accomplish, which is going to add maybe extra total an hour a day at the most.
I mean, all this stuff would be like an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
So not a lot of time, guys. Plus, you're already doing half the stuff. Like you're already taking a shower. You're probably already doing a little bit of recovery work, but not consistently. Because if you go to the gym, you probably maybe it's like 5-10 more minutes after class. So
Yeah.
we already had like a cool down too. That could probably count for some of it, right?
Yeah.
And doing a little extra. Writing down goals, 5 minutes. Read 10 pages, 15 minutes. You know, so yeah. It's not gonna be the actual doing it. It's gonna be convincing your mind to do it. That's gonna be the real thing. Because anyone can like, what if you forget that day and it's at 10 o'clock at night and you gotta go to sleep? So you gotta wake up early tomorrow morning. You're like, oh, I forgot to read the 10 pages. Now you're gonna get up out of your bed, concentrate, get your stuff together, and read it and take notes on it. It's not hard to do, but it's hard to convince your mind when you're comfortable sitting in your bed watching TV, about to go to sleep, and you're tired. You're gonna start thinking about a lot of things, or you're not gonna do it. But that's a great opportunity to grow right there, get stronger.
Yeah,
And
because
this sort of
honestly, we've done this, not specifically 50 days straight, but we've done these tasks before.
Well, I try to do something, or I think that's one of the things that helped me the most. Just getting uncomfortable every day, doing something I don't want to do all the time.
The thing that helped me out the most is focus on small victories first, rather than having a big victory that you were shooting for. Having these small victories that you do daily, it helps give you the confidence to accomplish the big goals that you're going for. If you wake up early, don't hit the snooze, that's one victory. So automatically,
And how hard is that, really? And
it's not hard at all, and it's something that is just gonna build confidence for the next thing you have to do. But if I were to start the day without snoozing, that's just gonna bring me down. Like, dang, I already snoozed.
I didn't write down my
doing a little bit
goals. I did
less.
this.
Less-
Domino effect, right?
It is. So, and we've seen it, how much of a factor it plays in everything, and we're pretty excited for doing consistently for 50 days what the results are going to be, because this is going to translate to not only your fitness goals, but any type of life goal that you have.
Well, especially like getting uncomfortable. I feel like when you get uncomfortable more often, it's not as big of a deal. So like say you're doing it every day, you're just used to doing it. You're just used to getting uncomfortable. And then say you did that for a week straight, and then at the weekend you didn't do anything, kind of just chilled. Then on Monday you're like, oh crap, I don't want to. Like I'm used to sitting around and not being comfortable. Then you don't want to do it as much. So I think it's like a domino effect really. So like the more you're comfortable and don't try to get out of your comfort zone, the harder it is, and the more you do, the easier it is. I feel like.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, kind of like working out or eating good or kind of anything.
Because like if you do all this throughout the day and then you have the choice of eating dessert or not eating dessert, odds are you're gonna not eat dessert. Just
Yeah.
because I went through all this, I went through the ringer, I got uncomfortable already today. I might as well just keep it going to the next thing that's gonna help me get to my goals.
For sure.
So like if we don't do this and you get the chance to have something bad to eat, odds are you probably will, because you already given in to not doing the stuff that you need to be doing anyways. So it's a snowball effect for sure. This is a big one too. This is gonna get us going, get us moving, and just being consistently active for 50 days.
Why is it hard? Because who wants to work out around the wake up, right?
No
No
not
one
at all.
does.
Yeah, that's the probably, except for the 5 a.m.ers, they're used to it. They somehow enjoy it.
That's a good example though, because they're probably not used to it when they first start, but now they're so consistent with it, or it's not too big a deal for them probably.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, waking up, you gotta do 15 minutes of exercise. So
What are some examples?
So you could be a 15-minute AMRAP. You could do like burpees, sit-ups, air squats. You could go out for a run, 15-minute run. You like
Row,
to swim.
bike, swim.
Yeah, swim in the
What about
morning.
walking?
Yeah, not walking. Something that's gonna be a little bit more
What
active.
about with a vest on?
Yeah, maybe like a hike with the vest would be something good, or go for a hike. I think that would be
a small jog around
yeah.
town maybe or something
Yeah,
like that.
but you should challenge yourself every day. So like rather than just walking, Maybe try to run for 2 minutes, walk for 3, run for 2, walk for 3.
Make sure you just warm up properly before you start doing it. That's the only thing I say, especially if you're not used to it. Probably not if you're doing a lot of heavy weights. I think it's more like a cardio thing. Probably get the blood flowing, kind of get your body awake. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, because the goal of it is also active recovery too. On the days that we're feeling really sore, it might not even be a day that you're training inside the gym, but just something to get you moving, get your heart rate up, get you kind of your blood pumping for the rest of the day.
Yep.
So
And you don't want to do it.
what do you think
You're
about?
not gonna want to do it.
What about like yoga? You think that would be a good exercise for 15 minutes
I mean, would that go to this though?
recovery?
Yeah, would that go to recovery?
Mm,
If you do that, I mean,
yeah.
if it's kind of more the stretchy yoga, if it's like power vinyasa, I would say maybe
Yeah.
workout, but
Or maybe try to go for 30 minutes.
you
rather
gotta go
than
for 30
15.
then at least.
Yeah, yeah. Combine the two.
Yeah. And if you don't do it every day, try to mix it up. Like I think that's the main thing. Like try to.
I
The
think
whole
that's
goal
another-
of it is to make it something you don't really want to do.
I think that's another thing too. Like we shouldn't be blurring the lines, like what's acceptable is what's not acceptable,
Yeah.
because that's just setting you up for not doing it.
You're already rationalizing
You're already
basically.
rationalizing it. So like, if you kind of have to ask the question, just go the harder route.
Yeah.
Make it
No,
more
that's-
challenging
that's
for yourself. So
Very good point.
so we're doing this for ourselves. We're not doing it to accomplish anything or win a prize or. This is for you to get better as a person. So take the responsibility of that.
Yep.
So after that, we got our wellness. So our goal is to get 50 hours of fitness. Okay. So this is not the 15 minutes of exercise in the morning. This is just 50 hours of being in the gym, training for marathon. Ragnar's.
What's the other one? Spartan. That's what I was
Spartans.
thinking of. Triathlon. I mean, whatever. You work out in the gym too. It's fine, right?
Exactly.
You can do it inside. You can do it outside. Just 50 hours of exercise.
Yeah.
What is? I mean, are we counting as walk? Are we counting hikes as exercise, like an 8-hour hike, or is it counting like?
Yeah, that'd be good exercise.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. But another thing, if it's kind of blurring that lines where it's not really challenging.
Yeah, if you're kind of
you,
like walking half the time, it's not really hard.
Yeah,
Like your heart rate should be at least in the green, maybe.
yeah, for
Well, if
sure.
you're lifting weights, it's kind of the blue, but it should be hard. You guys should know what's hard or not.
Exactly. So just 50 hours of fitness that are uncomfortable for you. So if walking's not that challenging, just accept it that it's not really fitness for yourself. So you
Yeah.
got to push a little bit harder.
And if walking's hard for you, maybe you do count that as an hour.
Exactly.
You know,
So it's all rational or
Relative.
relative to your skill level. So last thing is track and log every meal. So we had to have some type of nutrition aspect to this because that's a big factor in being mentally tough because it's pretty
Dude,
hard to
yeah,
eat
consistent,
well,
consistently,
be
yeah.
consistent.
what
plus,
diet do you have to follow?
You can follow any diet,
You
honestly.
follow whatever diet you want.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever you're into, all you gotta do is track it, log it. The goal of that is you track and log every single thing that you eat, drink, whatever, consume. Odds are you probably won't eat as bad as you would if you didn't.
Yeah.
Because
Or
a lot of times we
Even getting you
mindless-
aware of it, right? Maybe
Yeah.
you don't even know what you're doing.
Exactly. Because that's a big thing too, is being able to know exactly how much you eat. So if you're not getting the results you want, then you look back, see how many calories you're consuming in the day, or your macros, and then you can kind of see where you're struggling. You can adjust it. But it's when we mindlessly eat is when we think that, all right, I don't eat that much, or I usually eat pretty good, but you forget about the small bad stuff that you eat throughout the day.
Or if you don't even know you're snacking that much, you're like, oh crap, I ate all this stuff, I didn't even know that. Or maybe you're not eating enough,
Yeah.
too.
So just being the knowledge of knowing exactly how much you eat and tracking it and logging it, it's going to get you the results that you're going for.
And listen, guys, like all this stuff on this list, this is learnable skills. This isn't something you're born with. You can always get better at all this stuff, being more self-disciplined, having more self-confidence.
Yeah. Honestly,
Perseverance.
you need
Like-
no talent for any of this.
No.
You don't have to be good at anything to accomplish this.
No.
All you got to do is just be mentally tough enough to put yourself through the times of not wanting to do it, because day 1, day 5, first week, it's going to be like you're motivated, you're ready,
Yep.
and you're going to want to do this.
What are you gonna do day 25?
Exactly.
It's Sunday morning. You don't want to get up. You had a long week at work. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
That's where it's gonna see what you're made of and how, and that's what's gonna really get you to be better.
Yeah.
You know, if it's easy, change it up. Then if you know that you know, I don't know, the recovery or the exercise is easy, make it harder on yourself. Like the whole thing is to make it hard for you, So you have to do stuff you don't want to do and get uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? So if you think at the end of the day, well, it wasn't that bad, you probably messed up. Okay.
It'll be something that will continue past the 50 days, and it just becomes habit of doing this stuff. And then after these 50 days, then we'll maybe change it to 15 pages,
Yep.
or like have 10 different goals, or 30 minutes of everything, just so we can kind of build off it to eventually get more mentally tough and more grit, perseverance, so that when we look back, we see the growth that we came from and how much it's improved our day.
What happens if you fail a day?
You go back to zero.
Go back to zero.
Yeah.
I mean, 50 days in a row.
Yeah, it's
No
gonna-
exceptions.
Yeah, no exceptions.
How many people think you're gonna finish this?
Not a lot.
I know I'm gonna finish.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish for
I'm
sure.
gonna finish it. I already
Yeah.
know. Write it down. Ben, you gonna finish it? Say yeah. Ben's gonna finish it. Write that down too.
But honestly, not a lot of people will, because that day 25 is going to be really tough, and it's gonna be hard, and you might have to, like Anthony said, like you didn't read your 10 pages. It's 11:30 at night. You're laying in bed. You're about to go to sleep, and you forgot. Damn, I forgot 10 pages I didn't read.
Yep.
And you have to go back into the living room, open up the book, and read those
I didn't do
10
my
pages.
stretching.
Or
I didn't do something,
there's gonna be times where that happens, and it's up to you to be like, all right, I'm gonna go do that, or I'm not going to do that. And that's gonna be challenging. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be get you out of your comfort zone. And get.
So we're gonna start tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna start tomorrow. You just post about it on Instagram or Facebook. Use hashtag ASAP50. Hashtag ASAP50. Love to hear you guys doing it. If you guys need any help or anything like that, let us know.
And we'll be talking about it throughout our 50 days, the things that we do good at, things that we struggle with, and help you guys through this, because we want to do this together. We all want to get better, get more mentally tough. So this is a program that we want to do as a group. Okay,
I'm excited about it.
As a group, it's really for yourself. So just always think about: are you challenging yourself? If you're blurring the lines on what's acceptable and not acceptable, odds are you're probably not doing the right thing. So try to make it harder on yourself, and then try to just get through these 50 days.
Yep. Cool, guys.
All right.